I'm Young Buzz. Welcome back to the channel where we dive into all things K-pop with heart, a little bit of hot tea. Today, we're celebrating something truly exciting. TWICE is officially back, and they didn't come to play. Their new album isn't just making noise. It's shaking charts, breaking records, and reminding everyone why TWICE is still one of the biggest girl groups in the world. Now, I know we've seen a lot of comebacks this year, but TWICE's comeback hits differently. You feel that too, right? It's not just another release, it feels like a moment. And when I looked into everything that's happened with this comeback, from the album drop to the fan reactions, it honestly gave me goosebumps. So today, let's unpack the This Is 4 era and talk about how TWICE managed to make such a powerful global splash once again. Alright, let's set the stage first. On July 11th, TWICE dropped their fourth full-length album, This Is 4. That's already a big deal. Not a mini album, not a digital single, but a full-length project. You know they're not holding back when they go all in like that. Within hours, the album topped the Hanteo Daily chart. That's no surprise for TWICE, but still, it's impressive how after all these years, they continue to dominate the domestic scene. But what really shook me was their global impact. On the same day, This Is 4 ranked number 2 on the iTunes Worldwide Album Chart. And the title track, also called This Is 4, made it to number 9 on the Worldwide Song Chart. That's not an easy feat, especially when you're competing with global artists across multiple genres. But TWICE didn't stop there. They were in the top 5 for iTunes top albums in both the US and Japan on the day of release. Those are two of the biggest markets in the world. It's one thing to do well in Korea, but when you're killing it in both the US and Japan at the same time, that's next level. And let me just say this. I think what makes this album hit so hard is that it feels both fresh and familiar. The energy is unmistakably TWICE, but there's also a maturity and polish that shows how much they've grown. It's like they're saying, we're still TWICE, but this time, this is for you. And speaking of you, we have to talk about Once, the TWICE fandom. The girls said they were so happy to see fans again on music shows. They performed on Music Bank, Show, Music Core, and Inkigayo. And their stages were amazing. The styling, the vocals, the fan chants, everything felt like a giant welcome party for TWICE. And honestly, they looked so happy, like genuinely energized by the fans. They even said, we wanted to cheer Once on, but we ended up receiving even more energy from them. And you could feel it, right? That mutual love, that connection that TWICE has with their fandom is something really special. It's not just fan service, it's real. Now here's something that really blew my mind. According to JYP Entertainment, TWICE became the most streamed girl group on Spotify globally on the day of their comeback. I mean, wow! That's not just K-pop fans streaming, that's the world listening. So here's the thing I want to ask you. Do you think TWICE's global appeal has changed since their debut? Have they grown more international? Or have they just always been that powerful? I genuinely want to know what you think, so drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, be honest. What's your favorite track from This Is 4 so far? Is it the title track? Or did one of the B-sides sneak up and become your unexpected fave? I'm personally leaning toward the title track because the chorus just hits so good. But that might change tomorrow. You know how it is with a TWICE album. Okay, now let's talk about what comes next, because this comeback is just the beginning. TWICE isn't just promoting This Is 4 on music shows and calling it a day. Nope. They're about to take over the world again. Starting on July 19th, TWICE is kicking off their 6th world tour. Yep, 6th. That alone shows you how far they've come. And if you've ever been to a TWICE concert or even watched clips online, you know their energy on stage is next level. They always give 200%, and their set lists are iconic, a perfect mix of throwbacks and new hits. The first dates are on the 19th and 20th, and it's already creating so much buzz online. Fans are sharing their ticket confirmations, doing countdowns, prepping light sticks. It's that pre-tour excitement that just feels electric. And honestly, seeing how much Once are hyped makes me even more emotional. because it reminds us that this group has built something lasting. Not just trendy, lasting. And get this, Twice is headlining Lollapalooza Chicago on August 2nd. That's not a small stage. That's one of the biggest music festivals in the world. Headlining there means you've made it. You're not just a K-pop act anymore. You're a global act. You're part of the mainstream conversation. I remember years ago when people were still debating if K-pop could really break into the Western market. And now, Twice is headlining a massive US festival with thousands of international fans waiting to scream the fan chants. That's not just progress, that's history. So if you're a longtime once, how are you feeling seeing Twice do all this? From their early cheer up and TT days to now headlining global tours and festivals, do you feel proud? Emotional? Because honestly, I'm both. And this is where I want to give my honest take. I think This Is Four is one of their most important albums, not just because of the numbers or the tour, but because of what it represents. Twice isn't just surviving the brutal K-pop industry timeline, they're thriving past the 7-year curse. They've renewed contracts, they've taken creative risks, they've built solo careers, and yet they still come together stronger than ever as a group. That's rare. So rare. Especially for a girl group in K-pop. And I think this album is kind of like a love letter to their fans, to each other, to the journey they've been on. The title This Is For sounds vague at first, but maybe that's the point. This is for the fans who stuck with them. This is for the members who grew together. This is for the new era they're stepping into. It makes me wonder, how long do you think Twice will keep going as a group? Can they pull a Shinhwa or Big Bang and last 10, 15 years? Honestly, if anyone can do it, it's Twice. The bond they have feels real, and their fandom is still growing. So yeah, this comeback isn't just about a song or an album. It's a statement. Twice is still here, still shining, and they're not done yet. Let's wrap this up with a challenge. If you're a true once, I want you to comment your favorite Twice era of all time. Is it their early cute concept, their elegant feels special phase, or the current confident and mature vibe of This Is For? I want to know what era you connected with the most and why. And don't forget, tag a fellow once and challenge them to answer too. Let's turn the comment section into a Twice appreciation zone. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you felt all the Twice love today, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss more deep dives like this one. This has been Anyang Buzz, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.